What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Untouchable City Prepper. If this is your first time joining me, I'd like to say welcome to the channel. We are a small channel. I am independent based. I'm not sponsored by everybody. Everything I talk about is based on my experience, and I just like to say welcome to the channel. If you already subscribed, thank you for subscribing, and I appreciate you in 2021, and in 2022 we're gonna keep doing it big. All right, so first thing, you saw the title. We're going to talk about today is 30 round mags. 30 round mags. I live in Michigan. Specifically, I live in the inner city of Detroit, one of the worst neighborhoods arguably in the country. I stay off of 7 Mile. If y'all don't know where 7 Mile is, just look it up. 7 Mile. More people die in 7 Mile than probably the whole state of Utah. Okay? So I stay near 7 Mile. You know what I'm saying? So just giving you guys an idea, I'm not in the suburbs. I don't live somewhere in a nice secluded type of neighborhood or something that's, got security, or I don't live somewhere nice in a half mansion or something. And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking anybody who does. I think that's cool. I think everybody deserves to live comfortably. Right now, I'm not at a point in my life where I can go live there. I'm in the hood, but I'm happy. All right. So with that being said, they want to take away 30 round magazines from being legal in Michigan. And they trying to get this bill passed. And I think it's absolutely absurd. Because they trying to turn Michigan into California. And that it would just make a lot of people mad, upset, angry, and everything like that. I'm living in a situation where a 30 round magazine could possibly save my family's life. And the majority of magazines that I have are 40 and up. So I don't own 100, but I do have a couple 60s, a couple 40s, and everything else is just pretty much standard 30. I couldn't imagine trying to find out what it's like to live in a state where you only can have a 10 round magazine. Like, that just gotta suck, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I feel for you guys who's going through that. And in Michigan, I hope we don't have that same fate. But we got some work to do. I think that's a serious threat to our freedom and our God-given right to defend ourselves. And we just gonna talk about that a little bit. So I do got family and friends who are anti-gun, who are anti-30 round mag, who are anti whatever you want to call it. The first thing they always say is, Jay, why do you need a 30 round magazine? Okay. First off, you need a 30 round magazine because, first and foremost, it's our God-given right to defend ourselves. And they trying to take that away from us. And due to what has happened in Michigan, because of that school shooting, which is a terrible, terrible thing that has happened, and is really ricocheting throughout Michigan, throughout the country. It's just something, unfortunately, that's more of a normal. A kid is upset, he's mad. We heard this story a million times. He goes and grabs a gun and he shoots up a school. And I totally acknowledge the damage that person has done, and I totally acknowledge, and I am humbly sympathetic to those people's family who are affected that possibly may be watching this video. And I think that's so sad that the youth today are growing up pretty much. They're growing up as they're not teaching their kids proper ways to express themselves and communicate. Back in my day, we would have a fight. You would get your ass kicked, and you would go home, and you would go to school and say, "Hey, I lost. Hey, I'm good. You beat me up. Hey, whatever." You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, these kids don't know how to fight. They can't fight. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to box. They can't get into boxing. You know what I'm saying? They jump everybody. And right now, just being honest, depression is at an all-time high. So just like parents may be depressed, that's going to transpire to your kids. But I think a lot of this can be avoided by um, being a responsible gun owner as parents and as guardians of our children. And I think into a huge category for me because as you guys just recently saw, I just bought a new gun safe. So you know, it's your responsibility once you buy a gun to keep that gun away from somebody who could harm your community, your family, or anybody else that possibly could be willing to do harm in an irresponsible way. No matter if it's a 22 LR, if it's a shotgun, or whatever it is. So, excuse me. So, yeah, crack this ginger ale real quick. So, I think that's huge, man. And I think we're looking at the reaction more than the proaction. You know what I'm saying? We say, oh, this kid shot up the school. Well, why wasn't the parents responsible gun owners? You know what I'm saying? That's their fault. And then they want to blame it on a 30-round mag. He wouldn't have killed that many people if he had a 30-round mag. Okay, if he had a 10-round mag, I mean, shoot, 10 people still lost their life. So, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. You know, they trying to limit our freedom because of somebody else's irresponsibility. And that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's like, I can't even describe what's that like, man. That's just crazy to me. We're gonna penalize the people who are responsible for this one person's irresponsibility. You know, and like I said, I think mental health it plays a large part of it. I've been a part of depression. It runs in my family, unfortunately. But it does not give you the right to hurt others because of how you feel. And I think in schools, this is a very sensitive topic to me because I have a lot of family that are in the educational system and teaching, professors, preschool teachers, elementary or whatever. But I think we need to have a higher priority in protecting our schools. And I don't think that's there. I think we need to have trained people who are trained and well equipped to protect our kids. And that's just it. And me and some of my family, we fight about this. I have people, like I said, in my family who are educators, and I really believe that they need to be armed at all times. I do. I don't care if it's elementary or college. I think all teachers need to be armed because this is becoming the normal. They need to be armed and they need to have some small portion of training or plan if something like this happens. Because to me, this is happening too frequently, way too frequently for us to ignore. And it's unfortunate that we have to combat our own students who are trying to come here to learn. And, excuse me, we should not have to fear for our children's lives when they go to school. You know, I live in a bad neighborhood. So when we come back to our neighborhood, you know, it's already hard, and you shouldn't have to go to school and have a hard time and say, dang, you know, we shouldn't have to say, hey, little Bobby having a bad day. He's gonna come back and hopefully he don't come back and shoot the class up. You know, that's just not a cool feeling. And for them to place a blame on a 30-round magazine is totally obnoxious to me. So with that being said, I'm praying for all the educators. I'm praying for everybody in the educational field. But a 30-round mag, banning a 30-round mag is not going to solve this problem. Banning a 60-round mag is not going to solve this problem. Banning a 100-round mag is not going to solve this problem. You have to be proactive and have a plan to stop these type of threats. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to place the blame on a 30-round mag. And that is our God-given right to defend ourselves. You know, ourselves. And they want us to fall in line with California and all these other states who have a 10-round mag, and they're not going to the source of the problem. They're just nitpicking little things around it, and that's unfortunate. So let me know how you guys feel about this. Appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel. Check out my next video coming up. It's going to be about my new EDC. I'm waiting on it to get here. And I appreciate everybody who subscribed to my channel. I don't take you guys for granted. I don't care if it's 10 or 10,000. We're going to press our way. We're going to take one step at a time. And once again, this is Untouchable City Preppers signing off from Detroit. 1.